Hello, friends. We are going to learn an important topic and writing tasks, that's job application and biodata. So, let's gather more information about this. Initially, let me explain you the meaning of job application. What is a job application? Employment application means the letter written for getting a job. It is the primary means of introducing the job seeker to the employer. Through the job application, job seeker offers his or her labor and service for a return. Therefore, the application for employment acts as a personal advertisement. Job application contains appeal for the job along with the job seeker's personal data like a name, address, qualification, and experience. Applications for job are written in a very formal, precise, and to the point manner. In case the applicant has to focus on his qualification and experience, a biodata is enclosed. So it includes important information regarding the candidate. This writing task holds importance as it occupy its importance in the question paper and as well as in our practical life, because we have to seek a job, and before getting job we have to apply to the opportunities available through newspaper and other sources. So in short, job application is one of the important writing tasks in few of the both the parts. Biodata is an important document which is enclosed with application. It refers to a person's life experience and achievement. It should be representative of all your personal and professional details in a specified format. It is generally divided into four parts: personal details, qualifications, experience, and references. So it includes important information regarding a candidate as well as name, date of birth, contact address, educational qualification, professional attainments, experience, hobbies, marital status, salary, expected, and references. The forwarding letter has the same format as the official letter. The initial letter, so that has the same format as an official letter. In case the information about the applicant is not detailed one, it is included the body of letter itself. The biodata or curriculum vitae is written in the standardized format. The forwarding letter reflects the personality of a writer, so it must be brief and polite while stressing the personal qualities such as habits, manners, and health, physique, etc. It should avoid too extreme of a bragging and ingratitude. In board exams, especially in the English paper, regarding writing tasks, choices will be given to attempt any one question out of given two long answer questions to be answered in 120-150 words. The questions will be based on letter writing, that's on verbal visual inputs, and it will be for 6 marks. So letter type includes business or official letters for making inquiries, registering complaints, asking for and giving information, placing orders, and sending replies. Then the letters to the editor, giving suggestion or opinion on issues on public interest, or any recent or any latest issues concerned to the society or nation or a country or environmental pollution. In this way, we have to raise such issues through letter to the editor. And then one more option is available in the exam, that's the application for a job. The breakup of 6 marks in the examination, that's a job application or official letter. So it is given here. As far as examination is concerned and its evaluation process, total 6 marks are allotted to the official letter, and the breakup of 6 marks or the marking scheme provided by CBSE in previous years. So that is in front of us, or that we are going to understand now. Format, it will be given 1 mark in format: sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject or heading, salutation, and complimentary clause. These all elements come under format, and if these are intact, if these are followed with a proper pattern or format, then 1 mark will be allotted. Then content, 3 marks. How the topic is elevated, what things are brought there, and how they are precise to the point, and they are formal. So the content contain 3 marks. And then expression, 2 marks are allotted, and in expression, that's a grammatical accuracy, appropriate words and spellings. 1 mark will be allotted for these criteria. And then the second one, coherence and relevance of the ideas and style. So the 1 mark will be given to these two elements. So overall, in precisely, format, content, and expression, 1 mark, 3 mark, and 2 marks are given, and total 6 mark. So these all details or the format of the breakup of marking scheme, so that is in front of you. Now let me explain you the format of a job application. And the job application consists of two parts: the covering letter, or we can call it as a appeal or a request, and the second part, that's a biodata or CV or a resume. The first, cover letter. The format for covering letter is similar to the format of a formal letter. So it goes like this way, or we are going to discuss in detail. First, sender's address. It should be written at top to the left hand side. The sender's address is usually put on the top left hand corner, and then followed by the sender's address is followed by the date just below it. This date is on which the letter is being written, so it is to be written in an expanded form. Then the next point, that's the receiver's address. Whether to write to above the address depends on the writer's preference. Sometimes we can write to, or sometimes even we can avoid writing the word to. Then make sure you write the official title, name or position, etc. of the receiver. We have to take care of the designation. We have to mention of the receiver as the first line of the address. And then afterwards, subject comes. Then we have to sum up the purpose of writing the letter in one line. So the subject should be written in one line, and it should cover the purpose of writing the letter. This helps the receiver focus on the subject of the letter in one glance. So it is important to underline the subject. So the word subject should be underlined because it helps to the receiver to focus on the subject of the letter in one glance. So that's why we can underline the word subject under. Then after subject, that's a salutation. This is where you greet the person you are addressing the letter to. Here we have to greet the person whom we are addressing the letter. So bear in mind that it is a formal letter, so the greeting must be respectful. That's we have to keep in our mind that applications are always formal, or very formal and precise and to the point manner. So that's why we have to take care that greeting must be respectful, but it should not be too personal. So we have to avoid the personal reference. The general greetings used in formal letters are, that's a sir or madam. So this is a general norm, usually sir or madam. Then the main part of the application that comes, that's the body of the letter. This is the main content of the letter. It is either divided into 3 paragraphs or 2 paragraphs. So in body, we can divide the letter into two parts or three parts, or three paragraphs or two paragraphs. Two paragraphs if the letter is a briefer. We can insert a two paragraph if the letter we are writing, which is a brief one, which is a short one. The tone of the content should be formal. This is the very important thing we have to take care. The tone of the content should be very formal. Do not use any flowery language. We have to avoid the flowery language or flowery words, or we have to avoid the informal tone in the letter. Another point to keep in mind is that the letter should be concise. The letter should be very short. The letter should be concise and to the point, and always be respectful and considerate in your language. Then in the body of the letter, we can draft the first paragraph, and in the first paragraph, it should begin. The first paragraph is the beginning of the body of the letter by mentioning the source from where you go to know about the job or vacancy or the situation vacant, from which source we obtain the information, then the information about the job, or how, whether you have received a message through newspaper after reading the classified advertisement, and then that should be mentioned along with a date, or a date, advertise number, or the name of the newspaper. Also mention the post you wish to apply for, and we should not forget to mention the post for which we wish to apply. We wanted to send the forwarding letter for the advertisement, for the advertisement or for the post. Then in paragraph 2, here you are supposed to offer your candidature by briefing about your qualification, achievements, previous experiences, and your strength. In other words, this paragraph should be an answer to the question, how are you the perfect candidate for the job? In second paragraph, we have to cover that what qualities you possess, what qualification do you have, what are the achievements, and what previous experience do you hold, or what are your strengths. So overall, that how you are perfect for the post, that you have to take care and you have to focus in second paragraph. Keep in mind that it should be to the point and clear. You should be you should not sound boastful. In third paragraph, that's this is the concluding part of the body of the letter. You are supposed to make a reference to the photograph, then biodata or curriculum vitae or other detailed document that you have enclosed. So in the final and concluding paragraph of the body of the late application, you have to refer what enclosure you have attached to it, and you can also appeal for one-on-one interview. So in this last paragraph, you can appeal to the future employer that how you need the job, or what's the requirement of the job to you. So here you can mention what you are going to attach or enclose, and with this, the end of the body on a promising note. We can end the with a promising note, looking forward for your positive response. Like that, such expression can be added or inserted, looking forward for your positive response, or awaiting early, or early response in this regard, will be welcomed, will be appreciated. So such meaningful expressions can be inserted, complementary quotes, and then at the end of the letter, we write a complimentary closing, the words, for example, yours faithfully, or yours sincerely, yours truly. Such words are used. And the last part of the application or any formal letter, that's a signature. Here finally we sign our name and then write our name in a block letters beneath the signature. This is how the recipient will know who is sending the letter. So say recipient will understand who has written this letter. Dear students, signature is the last component of the format of any application or formal letter. Regarding this very important note, you have to keep in our mind that in exam, many student they commit mistake that they as a like a habit they do write their own name in the question in the answer sheet. So this usually we come up with this type of a error, but we have to bear in our minds, we have to take care that whatever name mentioned in the question paper, the same name we have to mention in the answer sheet while solving such type of formal letters or any writing tasks. So the names differ in exam, that this care we have to take uh, at the time of exam.